Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Chef Yef, but y'all know the only thing I'm cooking up is my opinion. I appreciate y'all for being here with me in this video. If you enjoy the content, you already know what to do. If you want to donate to the channel, you already know where the link's at on the screen and in the description. That's Cash App Chef Yef with 3 Fs. And remember, I am not a hip-hop journalist. I am not a hip-hop historian or a lyrical miracle specialist. I just give my take on things I'm tapped into. And I hope you all are having a good and blessed day. And in this video, we're going to get into Kendrick Lamar Barely Rhymes. Oh, shiggity. Now, I'm probably going to troll a little bit with the title. So, y'all don't, you feel me? Y'all just have some fun with a young ninja, you feel me? Just have some fun, you feel me? I might troll a bit with the title, but just chill. It is what it is. So without further ado, we're gonna see what they talking about. All right, so this video come courtesy of Music by Maddie. So make sure y'all go like and subscribe to their channel if you enjoy the content, if you're not already. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hold on. I didn't mess something up. Okay, there we go.
How many of these 4 words rhyme with each other? Everyone knows what a rhyme is, right? Same vowel sound, same ending sound, like bike. We learned it when we were like 5. And none of these words do that. Not one of them rhyme. These words come from a song that you probably already know, Humble by Kendrick Lamar.
Sit down, be humble, sit down.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg. In the entire song, 67 lines of lyrics, there is exactly one dictionary definition rhyme.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral.
So I downloaded every one of his 238 songs that he's released and analyzed every single word from every one. And the data says that the best rapper in the world, Kendrick Lamar, barely rhymes. Yes, I
All right, so like I said, I'm probably gonna troll a little bit with the title. Say, yeah, just, hey, family, just be a little lighthearted sometimes. You gotta be so serious all the time. But I understand the difference between rhyming and rapping. But ain't most of rap about rhyming. But I kind of could already gauge what he probably about to get into. What they call it, like a sonnets or something like that, where you basically you taking the word and you rhyming it even though it's not the same word, like Eminem did. So I'm pretty sure that's what he gonna get into. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he gonna get into.
know what you're thinking.
What
Slant rhymes, they exist for sure. But Kendrick,
see, there it go. Like he ain't even waste no time. So okay, he putting it out there. We a minute in, he putting it out there. So okay, I'm excited to see what he got to say.
does them differently than anybody else. I'll cover that in the last chapter of this video. And if Kendrick's rhymes are really that unusual, what other weird things is he doing? To find out, I measured everything. The drums, the beats, the mixes, the lyrics, and so much more. All to figure out the elements that make Kendrick, Kendrick. Oh, and also the answer to this comment. I'll save that one for the end. And the very first thing I learned from the data is that Kendrick Lamar is normal. Mostly. Take a look at how his songs compare to the averages of over 300 Billboard hip-hop songs, and then also his best friend, Drake, starting with choruses per song, which is 3, average. Sections per song, 8, average. Words per song, average. Drums, sub-bass, average, average, average. Kendrick's songs are mostly ordinary rap songs. Mostly. Which means that everything that makes him, him, comes down to a short list of very specific decisions. And by the end of this video, you'll have that entire thing. So I started my search, and the first set of things that I analyzed probably came from the place I least expected to hear.
Okay, it's interesting. So yeah, I can see, yeah, because even though the technicalities might be average, we all know, like, yeah, like a part of what makes Kendrick great is, I can already say, his storytelling, his concepts, his themes. I mean, his entendres, and what else? What else I was gonna say? Dang, I kind of forgot. Sheesh. Whoa. Just give me a second. Boo doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. Yeah, I really forgot. You know what? Let's just keep it rolling.
Kendrick, mostly because he doesn't make it himself. The beats. Sure enough, I came across something interesting. Kendrick does his drums backwards. Kind of. Kendrick's songs uses more snare drums than average. And they also use way less hi-hats.
Gotta see how I'm chilling once I park this luxury car. Hopping out feeling big as tempo.
20 on pump 6, calling double, and then limit air 2, knocking air 2, hand 4, you didn't hit me, 20 when African, over Zulu. Oh, that's my song right there, boy. I can't even lie. And staring at me, and looking at him, and he's staring at me. Bro, honestly, y'all, how much $1 costs, bro? It's almost probably like my favorite Kendrick song of all time, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, bro, that story is freaking phenomenal, bro. Bro, the gas station man being Jesus or God or whoever. Yo, what, like how much $1 cost? Bro, just that title is crazy. How much $1 costs? How much do I gotta put in just to get $1? How much do this dollar really cost? Because this is more than $1. Oh man, that song is crazy.
Part of me thinks that this comes from the fact that he's not doing crazy trap hi-hat rolls all the time. But more importantly, I think it's just a part of a bigger pattern at play here when it comes to his beats. And to explain that pattern, I looked at the next piece of the puzzle, the bass. Everybody knows a hip-hop song has got a good 808, right? Well, for Kendrick, things look a little different. The majority of Kendrick's songs have the same low-end sub-bass power that most other rap songs do, right where the 808 lives. But if you go up the frequency spectrum a little bit, you'll notice a little bump. The reason is simpler than you might think, and it actually ties back in to those hi-hats. He's using live bass.
True friends, one question.
Yes, he's still using sub-bass to fill out those sub-frequencies, but he also has a live bass playing an octave up of where that 808 normally sits. And that all contributes to the groove of the song. Live players drift slightly off of the grid, where programmed drum machines stay perfectly on it. That small distinction feeds the groove and the feel of the song. That got me curious. If most of his instruments are live, then wouldn't that affect the final mix? And yes, it does. Kendrick's songs tend to be more dynamic overall compared to his counterparts. They also have a louder vocal on average.
Oh, Lamar, Hail Mary, your marijuana times is hard. Pray with the hooligan, shadows all in the dark.
Vocals make sense. They're the most important part of any rap song. The first step in understanding lyrics is to be able to hear them. And that more dynamic mix comes directly from live instruments. When you have the same digital 808 or the same drum parts played over and over again, they're already dynamically consistent. Or in other words, they don't change volume all that much. Because of that consistency, you can usually limit it more so that you have less dynamic range at the end. A live performance will always be naturally more dynamic than just repeating the same sample. When you have something dynamic, the more you squeeze it, the more energy you lose. But a lot of time what I just said all comes down to personal preference and what serves the song, which means there's probably someone behind the scenes making a lot of these mixing decisions for the amount of consistency that Kendrick has. And sure enough, there is one name on nearly half of the beats that Kendrick's released. On 69.
I was literally finna say it, but he kind of already put it out there. I was literally gonna say it, Soundwave, bro. You gotta be Soundwave. So let's let him cook.
And of his 188 tracks, the producer on them was someone called Soundwave. He's been there since the beginning, since 2011. I say that to show that this is maybe Soundwave's style of making beats itself, especially because he's the one that has made the most Kendrick beats. Across all of his songs, Kendrick prefers more minor sounding keys. And then, for what it's worth, here are the distribution of all of the keys he uses, with F minor being the most frequent.
Bruh. Bruh. See, if Drake was smart, I ain't saying Drake dumb, but if he was like paying attention to all the, you know what I'm saying, like the technicalities and nuances of Kendrick as their beef was progressing, he could have been like, look, man, you the one that's saying A minor, but you use hella F minors and you be like, he could have did, you know what I'm saying? Ah, Drizzy, man. How you gonna let Kendrick pull off the A minor and he use more damn minor beats than you, bruh? Ah, see, man, you done missed it now, bro. It's too late. You can't flip it now, bro. It's over.
Every part of the beats I analyzed from Kendrick all pointed towards one thing: a preference for more organic sounds over programmed parts. The beats were starting to make more sense, but honestly, in hip-hop, the beats might be the least important part of the song. If I wanted to understand Kendrick, I really had to understand.
Nah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, bro. If anything, the beats might just be like half the song, bro. I ain't gonna lie, cause if the beat ain't good, I don't really get like the story and the concepts and the entendre and the metaphors and the allegories and all that. I don't know if it's really gonna hit now, unless like if you trying to just listen to music. Now, if you go into like a what they call it, like an open mic or anything like that, then okay, it don't matter. But like when it comes to like just normal, about to go like about my day in the car or just turn on music in the crib, like it'll be kind of matters, bro.
Understand the words that he's actually saying.
But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the beat is mostly matters? Because I mean, in my opinion, it kind of matters. For me, honestly, I would say at least half, like 50% of the beat matters. But even for me, I would say shit like at least 70%, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's certain songs I hear that I don't even give a chance. Like, I'll be like, okay, I could see, okay, yeah, they spin, but I want to listen to it again only because I don't really like the beat like that, or it don't really like resonate with me like that. So, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know what's your favorite Kendrick song, because I'm telling you, I think for the most part, like the most, bro, I've probably listened to How Much a Dollar Cost the most out of all of Kendrick catalog. Like honestly, like between that, Pimper Butterfly is just fire, bro. These Walls, what's the one when he bring up I think it's when he bring up Lucy. What's that name again? I forgot. But y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I love Untitled 02 and 03 and 01, bro. Untitled is crazy slept on. What else? I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent about favorite Kendrick songs. Let me let this man cook. But y'all let me know what's your favorite Kendrick song.
I'd have to understand his lyrics. Most rappers are writing about the same three topics: girls, money, and partying and drugs. But that doesn't really sound like Kendrick. Sure, he does have songs that sound like that, but so many of them feel way deeper. And according to the data, they are deeper. Kendrick raps about the wrong subjects, or subjects much different than the normal hip-hop song would. Kendrick's biggest topics are faith and death. Take a look at them compared to others. You can see that he's hitting those topics 3 and 4 times more often than the average rap song.
The shock value of my success promoting me. All this money is God playing the joke on me.
Which is probably part of the reason why that his stuff feels way different than the get paid, get laid type shit that's out there right now. But it's not just topics that set Kendrick apart. The data shows that not only is he rapping about different topics, but he also repeats lyrics way less than average. He tends to say more unique words, says the title once, if at all, and uses 3 verses instead of 2.
Got me breathing with dragons. I'll crack the egg in your basket, you bastard. I'm Marilyn Manson with madness. Now just imagine the magic.
But there is one word that Kendrick uses more than any other rapper alive. His own name. He's rapping in third person, talking to himself, using the lyrics as almost a reflective diary.
Tell him Kendrick did it. Hey, who showed you how to run a blitz? Tell him Kendrick did it. Who put the West back in front of shit? Tell him Kendrick did it.
All of his songs where Kendrick is talking to himself weirdly raised a strange question for me. I was curious how much of his stuff is actually rap. According to the data, almost all of it. Kendrick sings about 8% of the time, if you can call it that, whereas Drake sings about 25% of the time. Take this with a grain of salt. This is a hard algorithm to nail down exactly, but it will give you an idea of where he's coming from.
Well, yeah, because is they gonna count singing as like some melodies? You know what I'm saying? Like some people got just the melodies, but is that gonna account that for like singing? So that could be tough. That could be tough, but dang. And Kendrick is always rapping from like different perspectives, but I did notice he do always kind of rap from like that third person, like even in like Hard Part 6, he was like, and that was about Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he always kind of go off in different perspectives, so I ain't surprised about that. Yeah, he definitely be using some unique words, and yeah, he barely ever say the title, or he rarely like repeat lines for like to get like kind of like that ear candy hook. Yeah, he rarely does that, but again, like his flow and the beats and like that kind of makes up for it, you know what I'm saying, for the most part.
Not to completely bash on Drake, but one thing that did surprise me about the last Elements video I did was the sheer number of people he had working in the room to make a song. Which of course had me investigate how many people Kendrick has in the writer's room. Looking into the credits, the vast majority of Kendrick's songs come from Kendrick by himself. All of the other credits on the albums come from producers or sample clearances or anybody involved in the actual music making of the track itself. The only notable person that he has writing lyrics by himself is part of the reason why his lyrics have so much depth. There are so many songs that he makes that shed light on interesting parts of culture and society. The song Swimming Pools is a party anthem that bashes alcoholism. The song Humble is about humbling his own self in the midst of his success. I kept searching for ways to quantify this in his lyrics, but some of these topics are just deeper than the lyrics themselves. I was able to find some things that supported a higher level of thinking, though, overall. One of the biggest ones being the complex and multisyllabic words that he continually uses. He uses bigger, more complex words about twice as often as an average rap song.
I got this fire burning in me from within. Concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin.
But lyrics without good flow wouldn't be songs. They'd be poetry. And the best way to flow is to rhyme. So I continued diving in, and this led me to uncover the most surprising fact about Kendrick that makes him sound like himself. As stated in the beginning of the video, Kendrick barely rhymes. At least in the traditional sense. Kendrick rarely uses perfect rhymes at all, or the rhymes that you learned when you were 5.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy. It's crazy that, sheesh, that nigga Kendrick write all his shit. Yo, this man, I know I'm a little late on that, but yeah, I was trying to let him cook, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. The fact that it's really mostly just him. You freak around, go do that shit for Drake. Oh boy, that's gonna be a major gap. But yeah, man, this guy cooking.
Money, honey. Instead, he uses slant rhymes. Money, something. The endings aren't exactly the same, but the vowel in the middle matches. Most rappers do this all the time. But Kendrick takes this to an entirely new level. The field's perfect rhyme rate is about 6.6% of the time. Kendrick's is 2.9, less than half of the average. On top of that, 70% of the rhymes Kendrick does make are in the loosest category my analysis can score.
I feel like a chip on my shoulders. I feel like I'm losing my focus. I feel like I'm losing my patience. I feel like my thoughts in the basement.
When he does use perfect rhymes, it seems
I feel like, and I feel like everybody bothered. I feel like I don't want to be bothered. I feel like, I feel like, yeah. That's one of them ones too.
like he does so deliberately. My favorite example of this comes from the song that has the highest perfect rhyme ratio of any of his songs, Backseat Freestyle.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind or die from last shout.
In this song, he plays a younger version of himself, K-Dot, up and coming in the rap world. The character rhymes in a more juvenile, less sophisticated way than the rest of Kendrick's albums, and that is absolutely on purpose. The rhymes reinforce the story and the message he's conveying. Talk about depth. I also think that his utter lack of perfect rhymes makes the perfect rhymes he does have hit way harder. Let's go back to the song from the beginning of the video. What's the single most singable line in Humble? I'd have to say this.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral.
And I don't think it's a coincidence that this line is the only perfect rhyme in the entire thing. But line-ending rhymes are only half the story, because the rest of his rhymes actually lie in the bars themselves. These are called internal rhymes, and actually Kendrick and Drake both use them way more than most artists. Let's just take one line from DNA to show you what I mean. I got loyalty, I got royalty in my DNA. Typically, you might just look at that last DNA and see what he rhymes the next line with. But there are so many more rhymes you'd be missing out on. Most obvious being loyalty and royalty. But you can
I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, if you're a lyrical miracle specialist, I'm pretty sure you already know about this. This ain't nothing. This is this is like basic level for most lyrical miracle specialists. I ain't no lyrical miracle specialist, but I have rapped before. I studied, and so I'm already familiar with all this. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm pretty sure most of y'all are familiar with it too, but yeah, let's keep it going.
also pair I with inside and my. There's two separate rhyme chains there before the line even ends. And on average, he has 3.3 rhymes like that per every line he's ever written. And what's even cooler is that he changes this depending on the character he's playing. If he's angry, he bumps this up to 7.7 internal rhymes per line. You can see that in Euphoria.
Bring him out too, I clear him out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you.
So we can see that Kendrick is doing so many things differently than the average hip hop artist on just layers and layers of depth and levels. But if we had truly uncovered the elements that made him, we should be able to replicate something that sounds like him. So I took all of my checklist items and I started building a song for myself.
I would say an important thing too is like Kendrick timing, you feel me? Like the time where he dropped Pimp a Butterfly, the time where he dropped Damn, the time where he dropped GNX, the time where he dropped Mr. Morale, the time where he dropped even the start of the beef with Drake like that. It's like, bro, that alongside with all like his the perspective that he usually rap from and the concept and the themes, I feel like for the most part that's kind of what separate him. Don't get me wrong, the beats, don't get me wrong, like a lot of people do, like a lot of elite rappers do the internal rhymes. A lot of elite rappers don't rhyme perfectly. I mean, for the most part, all the top rappers don't ever rhyme perfectly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, his beat selection is different. I see he went into the beats like the snares and the minors and stuff like that. So Kendrick, I will agree with that part. Like his beat selection is completely different, but they're also fire too. So, but yeah, aside from that, like his concept and all that and themes and stuff, that's kind of timing. His bars too, like I'm not ignoring that at all, but like all that is kind of what separates him.
I started off with drums, then I added a shaker to give it some more energy, then I started experimenting with some piano to see if I could come up with something. I liked the direction, but after about 20 minutes, I gave up. New project. For round 2, I started with a drum R&B sample. I added some vinyl for extra vibe. I kept playing around the piano and I finally found some soulful chords. I laid down a groovy bass line and then I was on my way to writing lyrics. I decided to write about the process of songwriting itself, specifically under the pressure of a label and investors in your music. Once I recorded it, I mixed it using some of my own plugins to help automatically gain ride the volume, and then also to push it more towards the average vocal EQ of a hip-hop track. I added some effects and background vocals, and then finally, I changed my voice to sound like Kendrick's using AI to really sell things. Please don't get mad at me. This is not Kendrick. Here's what I can.
You must make more profit.
I was made for writing pages. Ron gave me validation. Make the neighbors call the cops when they hear the tapes I'm playing. Mama said she pray to God, he make my bars a job. Then the big cat promise signs, fire initial on the dots. So check, 1, 2. Put the kid on the mic in the booth. Don't mess with my direction when I'm humming out of tune. Make it sound like this at the base. Don't forget the profit. White coats can create, missing bait. All in what we drop in.
Damn, yo, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that beat is fire. And he even threw the layers, the layered voice that Kendrick be doing. Yo, man, this is wild. That's crazy. That's fire. I can't lie. You feel me? And like, I don't have a problem with the AI thing. Like, as long as like you let it be known, like, hey, this is AI. Like, you just having fun with it. That's no problem. It just be the people that be acting like it's leaks. Oh, this is leak Kendrick and it's a whole AI song, or leak Drake, and you know what I'm saying, leak anything, and acting like it's a real artist and it actually sound like them, but this is AI. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time where it's like it started to become a problem. You know. But yeah, no, that was fire, dude. That was fire. That was fire. I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that was fire. So yeah, man. Hey, fire video. Make sure y'all go like and subscribe to Music by Maddie. If you're not already, if you enjoy the content, that was a good vid. Really informative. It was technical. I like that. You know what I'm saying? You learn something new every day. You feel me? And yeah, you already know if y'all enjoy the content. You already know what to do. If y'all already know what to do, if y'all want to donate to the channel and where the link's at. It's your boy Chef Yef. Y'all know the only thing I'm cooking up is my opinion. I will see y'all on the next one.